When you activate and do this work in and on yourself to awaken and raise up your Kundalini serpent fire power up through your body to your crown, to be crowned, so that you're sitting on the throne of your power, of your purpose, and of your meow, of your pussy, okay? You swallow. Yeah. You learn to swallow. Yeah. And what you learn to swallow can be a hard pill to swallow. Okay? But since some of you swallow anyway, take this medicine, okay? When you activate and do this work in and on yourself to come into your power, your purpose, your magnetism, your beauty, you swallow. And what you are swallowing, what you are ingesting, what you are taking in is your power, is your purpose, are your missions, okay? What you're taking in is an unformidable power. It's God, goddess energy that you are allowing to rise, to enter into you as an activated vessel, as an alchemist, as a chosen one. Yes, when you activate, you swallow. But let me tell you why. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. I am your host and creator of this colony and the many colonies we're building around our globe, hell, around our galaxies at this point. I am your queen bee, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty. And listen, let's dive right in, shall we? Shouts out to those of you who are newly subscribed here. Welcome home. This is your colony. Make no mistake about it. Welcome home. For those of you who've been here for some time, I'm so glad that you're here. Thank you for trusting me with this ancient wisdom that's channeled through me to share with you. So let's get into this. Oh, I forgot to say, yes, Miss Burgess, if you're nasty, aka the Gypsy Empress, also known as Nova. Okay, now let's get into this message. Listen. Spirit is so kinky sometimes, and I love it. I really do. When you activate and do this work in and on yourself, you swallow. And for a lot of us, what we've had to activate, what we've had to come to grips with, the truths that we've had to come to grips with, the uncomfortable truths we've had to tell ourselves about ourselves are the things we're having to swallow, right? You know how people say, swallow your pride and suck it up and do what you got to do? Or for those of us who are activated alchemists and chosen ones, we've had to do that over and over and over again, except the things that we are swallowing, what we are choosing to take into our being is not only our light, but our dark. Right? The parts of us that have been too uncomfortable to share with the world because they've been considered taboo and unorthodox. For many of us alchemists and chosen ones, we've had to swallow the truths about ourselves that were so uncomfortable, not just to us, but to people around us, because we didn't know how to come into the truth that we were sensual and sexual beings, especially as divine feminines. As divine feminines, we are highly sensual and sexual. Now, remember, there is a difference between sex and sexuality. There are fundamental differences here. So I'm not talking about sex, okay? We're talking about sexuality, the energy of creation, the energy of God itself, the energy of manifestation, okay? The energy that turns lead to gold. This is what makes us alchemists. Sensual and sexual energy is the energy that turns pain into power. Right? This is what we talk about here. If you want to go talk to a sex therapist, if you want to go talk to somebody about how to put it on Tyrone and Marcus and them, you better go down to Freaknik. That's not what we do here. Okay. Just had to clarify that. For those of you that know, you know I'm a certified sexuality educator. Okay. I am not a sex therapist or a sex coach. I don't teach sex. All right. If you want to know and learn the difference between the two, become a subscriber here. If you feel called here, then this is for you. Okay. Listen, when you activate, you swallow. And what you're having to swallow, okay, ingest, are the parts of you that you've had to face, you've had to come to grips with, you've had to come into alignment with. Now, you see how I use eroticism. I incorporate eroticism as it relates to your self-help and your personal development and your mental health and your spiritual development, all that stuff. Do you think I would have been able to do this had I not come into my purpose and my mission? Part of me activating my purpose and my mission and my powers, right, was coming to grips and swallowing the truth that I am a sensual and sexual being. Again, especially as a divine feminine, you can't alchemize anything unless you come into alignment, with sensual and sexual energy, which is God and Goddess energy, which is the energy of creation. 1, 2, 3 on the clock right now as I give this message, right? For those of you, in order to fully come into your power and your confidence and your beauty, many of you have suffered from extreme levels of anxiety and depression because you've been afraid to swallow. You've been afraid to swallow the uncomfortable, taboo, and unorthodox truths about yourself. And those truths are that you are highly sensual and sexual. And so a lot of you, like I did, suffer from extreme levels of anxiety, depression, and suicidal thoughts because you're afraid to show up in this sensual and sexual energy into the world. Oh my gosh, if you had asked me 5 years ago, could I say some of the things that I say here on Alcheminity 5 years ago? The answer would be hell no. Me say the word pussy out loud? I could never. Right? Me say the word pussy out loud? How dare you? How dare you? Speaking of, there was a person, I don't know if they're subscribed here or not, maybe they've unsubscribed, but she was a Black female and she writes under one of my videos saying, I really like what you talk about, but you say the word pussy so much and I'm uncomfortable. So I'm going to have to say it's not for me. And I just have to say, get the fuck out of here then, honey. Go ahead and unsubscribe. If the word pussy is uncomfortable for you, not only does it show me where you are, but it shows me where you are not as it relates to your own mission, purpose, and power, as it relates to your own alignment with your own body. If you can't stand hearing the word pussy, it lets me know how uncomfortable you are with your own pussy. It lets me know how out of alignment you are with God. If you have a problem with the word pussy, 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 pussy. I'm feeling like Grace Jones and when she was in Boomerang in the restaurant. Pussy. Eddie Murphy was like, you can't say pussy out loud. Pussy? Pussy, pussy, pussy. Okay. If you're uncomfortable as a woman with the word pussy, it is proof of how out of alignment you are with your power and your purpose and your mission. You have no idea who you are, what you have, and why you are even here. Go and do the work on yourself and then come back to Alcheminity. Maybe we'll still be here. Maybe we won't. I don't know. If I'm not, then you'll have to catch me on Venus somewhere getting fed grapes by some sexy god named Zeus. By the way, 3i Atlas, it's on its way to our atmosphere. I may be getting on that ship and ask them to drop me off on Venus, okay? Listen, if you can't take this heat that Alcheminity brings, then this is not for you, all right? There was another person that mentioned, I don't like that you're taking the Miss Burgess saying that like Janet Jackson. I don't like that. It's lame and you're lame. I don't know who they are, by the way, because they don't have a picture on their profile. So here's what I say to those of you who don't like what I say here on Alcheminity. Find a channel that says what you like. Why are you causing your own suffering? Like, it's like going into a room that talks about purple balloons and you don't like purple balloons. You're allergic to the color purple, except you bought a ticket to come to a seminar about purple balloons when you're allergic. You are killing yourself by being here. You are hurting and harming yourself by being here. And if it turns you on to be harmed, well, I can also be a dominatrix. I can help you with that. Okay? If you want to be hurt, if you want to be harmed, if you like pain, then I'll be your dominatrix. I'll give you all the pain you need. Okay? Listen, let me hurt you. I'll be glad to hurt you. I'll be glad to choke you the fuck out, many of you. Listen. This is what happens when you activate. Like this is what happens when you activate your dark divine energy. You unleash these unapologetic, sensual, sexual parts of yourself that are literally, I am not apologizing for making you uncomfortable. You should apologize to me for being here. Many of you should apologize to me for making such idiotic comments, telling me what you don't like. Go to places that you like. Okay. When you activate and do this work in and on yourself, okay, this is what you're awakening. This is what you're unleashing. This is what you're activating. And so you learn to swallow and take in your truths. So much so, because when you swallow, what happens when you swallow? What happens when you ingest something? It starts to become a part of your DNA. I'm getting chills with this. It becomes a part of your DNA when you ingest something, when you intake something, right? It becomes a part of what your body uses to repair its cells, right? What's this? Those of you who are medical professionals here, because I know I have a lot of medical professionals here. I have my scientists here. I have doctors here. I have my philosophers here. So for those of you who study medicine, tell me, because I know it's somewhere in there. I just can't say it exactly, but your body takes 7 days to repair its cells or something like that. And based on what you feed your body, helps your body use those nutrients to repair cells. Is that correct? It repairs cells. Our bodies repairs itself when it's sleeping, and it repairs itself with what we feed it. Am I correct? For those of you who know the science behind that, put it in the comments. Okay. So what you start to ingest, what you are swallowing, bringing into yourself, the parts of you that have been lying dormant, the parts of you that you vilified and demonized and suppressed in the shadows of you. Okay. You're not swallowing that, meaning you are now becoming that. That is a part of your makeup, of your DNA now. So what you swallow, okay, is going to be showing up on a physical level. People will see it in your body. Okay. They will see it in the way that you move. I'm hearing, I like the way you move. Don't. I like the way you move. Don't. Ooh, dance all around me. You're so fly. Oh, that's what they're saying about you, baby. When you activate and you swallow, people are saying they like the way you move. It shows up in the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that you dress, the way that you smell, the way that you look. It shows up in the way that you sound. For those of you who are speakers or singers or orators, okay? What you have swallowed, as far as your power is concerned, is now showing up for the world to experience and to enjoy. When you activate, you swallow. On a deeper level, when you activate and you swallow, okay, many of you have shifted or are being guided to shift the way that you eat. To activate in your power and in your purpose and in your beauty and in your confidence. Okay. All right. You're being guided. Your spiritual guides are telling you what to eat, what to take into your body, because what you take into your body matters as an activated alchemist and chosen one, right? Because your spirit guides want to make sure that you look a certain way. For many of you, you are supposed to look a certain way as it relates to your mission and purpose. Again, many of you are called to be models. So what you swallow matters. Ooh. Many of you are called to be singers. What you swallow matters, right? But many of you singers, honey is probably important if that works for you. Lemon, what you swallow matters. Okay. You speakers, what you swallow matters. Right? What you take into your body matters. And so your spirit guides will be guiding you on what to swallow, what to take into your body as far as foods are concerned, supplements are concerned, because these things will be important as it relates to aligning with your purpose and your mission, as it relates to activating more of your beauty and of your confidence. Right? When you activate, you swallow. Give me a second. I had a note on my phone that I want to bring up because I don't want to miss out on some things that I felt guided to say. I want to go back to a point where that I was mentioning earlier about me being able to say some of the things that I say here in Alcheminity, such as swallowing and coming into your purpose and into your power. In order to come into everything that you're called to activate and bring into the world, many of you reach out to me and you feel that you're lacking your confidence and you want to activate more in your beauty and in your magnetism and all these types of things. And in order to do that, you're going to have to swallow your pride, right? Which is really the fear that is accompanied with stepping out more into your sensual and sexual nature. For many of you, again, as I mentioned before, you'll never be able to come into your confidence or activate your own level of beauty, whatever your beauty is, unless you're fully able to get comfortable with the fact that you are a sensual and sexual being. You're going to have to swallow your pride, so to speak, which is your fear of reprimand. Swallow your pride and your fear of no longer being or having the good girl image, the girl next door image. You're going to have to swallow your pride or your fear of judgment. Do you know? I mean, I don't get them as much as I used to, but just like I shared those comments that I got from those two people who don't even show their pictures online, right? The keyboard gangsters who like to go to people's profile and tell them what they don't like. When I first came out with Alcheminity, when I first started, remember it used to be Fireside Chats for Global Women, but obviously evolution happens and it became Alcheminity when I came up with the fusion brand and name. But when I first stepped out, I used to get so much hate mail. You know, people saying that I was psychotic, that I was a devil worshiper, that I'm a demon, that I'm evil, that I'm wicked. And as I activated on my journey, which is a lot of what I share with y'all here, and especially in my one-on-ones, that now we tell those people that they're right because we know what that means. Now, for those of you who watch my previous episodes on you being the true Illuminati, if somebody says you're evil or wicked or the Illuminati, we tell them that they're right because we know what that means, All right. But I used to get so much hate. And so until you get comfortable with the amount of hate that you're going to receive, it comes with the territory. When you step out fully into your purpose and your power and your magnetism and your beauty and your confidence, right? Till you get comfortable with that, you'll never be able to activate fully into any of it. When you activate and do this work in and on yourself, swallowing your pride and swallowing your fear is going to help you activate. Swallowing the fear that comes with being judged, swallowing the fear, the pride that comes with being mocked, slandered, talked about, hated and hated on. If you're here, okay, subscribed here on Alcheminity, you've already gone through this shit. You've gone through the worst and the worst of mockery, frenemies, people who've tried to destiny swap, people who've tried to put spells on you to stop you, to even kill you, to even block your beauty from being fully activated. People have tried to do beauty spells to stop you from coming fully into your beauty. This is how serious your mission and your purpose is. So it's important that you know how important it is to swallow the fear, to swallow the pride, so that you can fully activate, or else remain stuck, stagnant, broken out. Remain hidden in the shadows of yourself. Remain out of alignment with your mission and purpose. Die. Be reincarnated. Come back and do this shit again until you get it right. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm not coming back here and doing this shit over and over and over and over and over again. What was this movie that I watched? It was some movie. It was a sci-fi movie. I love sci-fi. Y'all know it has a lot of symbolisms in there. But it was this movie, and this guy, he wanted to find God so he could stop reincarnating. It's a really good sci-fi movie. I forget, it was big actors in it too. But he was like, I will see God's face. And I will tell God, I'm not reincarnated. I will see God's face. This will be the end. I don't want. He wanted to stop reincarnation because he remembered every reincarnation and it was driving him crazy. I forget which. I don't know if it was a Marvel movie or something like that, but he wanted to stop time. And it was this key or something that he was trying to get. That was the thing that would basically stop life on Earth. It would kill Earth or something. So it was going to destroy Earth and destroy all life from ever being able to be created again on Earth, which to him would stop reincarnation. But that's how I feel. I feel like that little Soul on the movie Soul, the little animated film, when this soul was like, I'm not going to Earth. I'm not going back. They sent Mother Teresa. They sent Buddha. They sent Jesus. They sent everybody to try to get the soul to come back to Earth. And the soul was like, I ain't going back. Right? That's me. So, until you come into grips, until you learn to swallow, the fear that comes along with stepping fully out into who and what you are, will continue to suffer. Right? This is truly the untamed path to confidence. You become an untamed beast. Remember, we activate not only our beauty, but our beasts. This is the untamed path. This is the unorthodox. This is the taboo path to your mission and your purpose and your beauty and your confidence, your magnetism, your spiritual abilities, your gifts, your clairvoyance, your clairsentience, your clairaudience, whatever it is that you're guided to do. Okay? This is truly the untamed path to confidence. And it's untamed and it's unorthodox and it's taboo because we were taught to never say those things. You can't say those things. I'm seeing the scene from Candyman. I forget the last Candyman when he was like, Mama, why don't you tell me about Candy? She's like, don't say that. Right? I'm hearing that we were taught for so long that these things were, sacrilegious, that it's evil, that it's wicked. You don't speak like that. Women don't say the word pussy, just like the black woman who made the comment. I said they didn't have photos. One did have a photo and the other one didn't. But that's how I know she was a black female, because I saw a photo. But, being afraid of yourself and your body, being afraid to connect to yourself, so much so being so afraid of your own body that you're afraid to say the word pussy, right? This is how you come into your confidence is by these unorthodox and taboo and untamed ways of being. And the only person that couldn't tame you, that you allow to tame you, would be your man. Or your woman, whatever floats your boat, okay? These days, everybody's in their nouns and pronouns. I don't get into all of that, okay? I was biologically born female, all right? So when I say woman, I'm referring to women who are biologically born female, okay? When I say divine feminine, I'm referring to those of you who've activated your divine feminine energy, whether you were born female or male or something in between, okay? But we were taught to not have these connections to our bodies, making us afraid to even refer or even say certain words, keeping you out of alignment with yourself, keeping you stuck and stagnant, to be a grown-ass woman afraid of the word pussy. And you know what? I can't say that I don't understand. I understand because I remember being in that place. Growing up, I grew up Christian, very religious, and taught to women are to be seen and not heard, right? Making you feel that the only worth that you have is in your looks, not in what you have to say. And that's something. When you activate, you're called to swallow. If you don't swallow, you'll never activate. You'll never remember why you are here, why you've come to this planet. When you activate, you are called to swallow. And now you know why. If this resonated with you, make sure you like this. Make sure you share, get Alcheminity up in the algorithm, okay? Get us up in the algorithm so other colony members, other alchemists, other chosen ones, other activated ones, or ones who are coming into alignment with their activation can find us. For those of you who have gotten your copy of Activate, thank you for getting that. I'm so glad you cracked that open and are studying it, okay? Get a copy of Activate. That's a good place to start if this information is new to you. If you're newly coming into this wisdom and ancient wisdom about your sensuality, sexuality, alchemy, personal development, self-help, spirituality, start with the book. It's available on Amazon in paperback or ebook. For those of you who are ready to work one-on-one with me, November is open. That's my last open slot for the year, okay? November is open, my last open slot for the year, 1:44 on the time as I say this. This message was so aligned, okay? Reach out to me, send me an email if you are ready to work one-on-one. I'll send you an email back. One-on-ones are 4 weeks long. I will be introducing another phase to one-on-ones, which will be an even more accelerated version for the new year. But you all will see that in the new year, okay? Right now, it's 4 weeks long, okay? Flicker, Flame, and Fire are the first 3 weeks. And in the last week, we bring everything together that you learned in those first 3 weeks, and we bring that online. We bring that to the forefront, okay? We bring you to the world. The 4th week will be your reveal, all right? So email me if you are ready for that. If you know that you need some help activating in your confidence, your beauty, your magnetism, your power, and your purpose through your pussy, then email me, okay? For those of you who are members over on Patreon, I'll see you in just a bit. For those of you who are new members on Patreon, welcome to the sanctuary, all right? Sanctuary. Welcome to the sanctuary. Study. Do your work over there, okay? There's lots of content that's there. Make sure you listen, read it all right? Don't just wait for the newest episode or article to drop. Do your due diligence. Go into the archives. Read everything. Listen to everything. It's for you. You are a member, so get it all while the getting is good, okay? Anyway, I'll see y'all. I'll speak to y'all in the next episode. Ciao for now.